Hi. Yesterday, I went to a hospital to have my mental health evaluated because I wanted to have my mental health evaluated. And wow, what an experience and experiment, the whole thing. This is going to be a good long video. Maybe I'll make chapters. Maybe go make some popcorn. Maybe turn it off. Maybe don't let me or anyone else, including the mental health field, tell you what's real. I was discharged, I'm mentally sane enough. I am mentally sanitary enough to be out amongst the general public. They gave me a histamine-based anxiety medication that knocked me into a 14-hour sleep coma. And apparently my body needed it after all that anxiety of going to a mental hospital. I'll give the storyline and the lead up, but when you're a sane person and you are so insane, out of your mind, not stable, that you really agree to go have a mental evaluation, this is where a lot of people are in life right now. And so I have to do the justice of my own experience being shared, because this is what I'm supposed to be. In human design language, I'm a 3/5 emotional manifester and rebel, martyr, heretic, or whatever kind of thing. And essentially, I'm supposed to be seen in the mess of this is how I do leadership. I step out and I tumble all over myself and I make a mess and I get vulnerable and I lead with my wounded warrior open heart. And I dive deep into my underworld and I share what I want to on display when I feel like being seen, because sometimes I really feel like being seen and sometimes I want to go into my little hermit mode. So yesterday was Hermit and today is the Leo, Venus Leo first house. And so I went to the mental hospital after considering it for multiple weeks. I mean, for a year, I've been telling my husband, I can't do this. I need help. I can't do this. And for a year, I've also been doing it. I've been carrying the load, the mental, the emotional, the physical, of a grieving 8-year-old daughter who has for a year long been grieving the loss of her biological father. Who also has diagnosed and misdiagnosed and undiagnosed considerations stemming from her brain damage that happened at birth, which I've had no grief trauma from. No resolution in the court case that was ongoing with the midwife who was being brought to court by New York State itself because of the numerous complaints against her inattentiveness, let's say, alleged. In multiple births, resulting in tragedies. Mine is probably the greatest miracle of which, because my daughter survived and has defied the odds. So I have all of this that I'm holding and carrying for years and years, on top of all the additional stuff. Like now I have another child, and here's my laundry list of all of the things, but it doesn't matter. It's not even that personal. I don't need to tell you all of the things to say. If you're a mom, you get it. If you're not a mom, and you don't get it, fucking talk to a mom and get it. Get it. If you have a mom in your life, not your mom, if your mom doesn't deserve your love and your reciprocity in your relationship, abandon her. Turn away and never look back, because it's never your job to take care of your own mother. And also, if you know someone who is a mother and never let you down as a mother, please reach out to them and offer them help. Don't even say, hey, what can I do for you? Don't do that. Get to know if their kids have allergies and then bring them food that they don't have to think about cooking. Don't ask them if they need it. They need it. Bring them some stuff to put in the fridge and the freezer. Come knock on the door and say, hey, can I go play with your kids in the backyard if you're a safe person and you're not weird and they love you playing with their kids so you can clean your house in peace? Do that, okay? Go call them on the phone or text them, whichever one they're comfortable with, and say, hey, I'd like to help you in one of the 3 following ways, and give them an ABC option. One of the options being, get out of your own house by yourself. One of the options being, I'll come be with you, and preferably another one being like, safe space for the kids, something to do where I feel sane and I can still not have to go be alone all the way, you know? Because we need help, and you know what? It doesn't serve me to just get mad at people for not knowing what they don't know. I didn't know what I didn't know until I was a mom. When my sister was a brand new mother, I didn't know any of these things that I know now. I didn't know how to help her best. I was doing all the things I'm saying don't do. How can I help you? Blah, blah, blah. Like, this is how you can help. But I was asking and asking for help. And I was saying out loud to the people around me who I know love and care about me very much, I can't do this. I can't do this. How does anyone do this? I can't do this. I'm breaking all the time. And they saw me getting shorter and angrier and snappier, and none of them stepped in and did anything about it. And it's not their job to save me, but why is it my job only to raise the children? I'm not the only one that made them. And like, y'all were so excited when I was pregnant, and y'all were so excited about holding the baby, and where are you now? That every day is insanity, and they both demand me to give them all of their attention, and there's two of them, and I can't possibly. And by the way, who's attending to me? No one. And after a while, the doldrums and the mundane of marriage grinds away at the relationship, because it has to. Because the kids have to come first. Because if they're miserable, they make sure everyone knows about it. And if they're miserable, you're miserable. And if everyone's miserable, there's no intimacy in the form of physical exchange of love, because there's no intimacy in the form of conversation. And quite frankly, I'm not about to spread my legs for anything ever again to impregnate me personally, first of all. Secondly, for anything that's less than a full-on emotional, spiritual, soulful communication. If we're not intimate, we're not intimate. Good day, sir, ma'am, toy, anything. Get out of here. If I'm not intimate with myself, there's no into me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Fuck that. This is a full-on video of all of the things. I don't even know what this is going to be titled. Maybe I'll have to break it into different videos, because who wants to see all of this? And I don't give a shit. I'm going to keep rambling all of it because I need to get it out of me. I was just in the mental hospital yesterday, and while I was not admitted, I would have been, had they had open beds. I would have been, had they had open beds that weren't already on backlog, because people like me are already in them. Because who's mentally well in this society? And I don't know who was quoted saying it, but honestly, anyone that's sane and thinking and philosophizing at all about life still at this point and alive and has enough rational thought and also is insane enough to be angry and speaking out loud is like anyone that is sane in this society. It's the reverse. The mark of insanity in a well-adjusted side is, what the hell is this stupid thing? It's something about the mark of sanity in a misadjusted society, and I keep saying it backwards, whatever. I'm proud of being insane in this society. That's what it is. Something like that. I don't give a shit that you call me insane, because Jesus. Where are you? Aren't you coming back? Ha 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 ha. I'm laughing. Not because I don't believe, but because I know that yes, I am. Yes, I am. Can I symbolize that enough? Yes, the Christedness is returning through the flipping tables rage of the didn't you fucking hear what I said? If y'all are going to get hung up on the word of God, where are you on that? Because it's not the word of the men that wrote the scriptures. It was the words that Jesus actually said. And don't let me give that to you. Kalen Dion, I'll give that shout out. He's on Facebook, has been holding this specific cross and crucible. So I'll pass that torch to him, because 99% bet I'm allied with what he's got to say on that subject specifically. But what I mean by that is the integrity of myself, to know that I am, the kingdom lies within me, and I have no power and authority over anyone outside of me, but I do over me. And if I don't tell my own brother, Satan, get behind thee, you, part of me, subservient to me, because all things created under God. God created the devil. God created Satan along with the image of himself in Jesus Christ and the image of himself, itself, herself in all of us. And then we, the mansplained, stupid fucking version of humanity, has been like, he is this jealous God that has all these rules that are super hypocritical and you don't question them because why would you want to know yourself? That would free you from the trap of having peacefulness and acceptance of the fact that everything boils down to, how do you interpret life? Is it your enemy, or is the kingdom within you? Do you literally carry Christ with you everywhere you go because you are it? Tag. Are you having fun yet? Are you playing yet? Am I insane? No, I'm not. I got discharged yesterday, less than 24 hours ago, and they gave me drugs. I don't even want to take them. I'll pass out. And they want me to pass out, and they don't. Here's the I'm fully sane. I walked into that place, and I might cry. The intake woman, her name was Jeannie. Forgive my anonymity, but whatever. Lack of anonymity. Her name was Jeannie, and I say that because my mom's name is Jean. And I have the hardest time forgiving her for all of the ways that I still hurt and I want to blame her for. And it's not her fault. God, the ineffable, my beloved lover, the one that loves me, the one, the all, the unspeakable, all-knowing, that experiences itself through my being, gave me a wounded, wild, weird, amazing, fantastic, gorgeous lens of a mirror to polish itself, myself, through, that like smudged my ability to receive love, to feel the love coming in, to know that I was safe in love, that I don't have to close my shell up around it in order to know that it's constant. I don't need to hold it so tightly that I choke it and myself off from other experiences. I don't have to do that. But I've been learning how painful it is to do that for my whole life, so that I could learn that it's not necessary. I've been learning that when I attach to things prematurely, I get it wrong. I zoom in on the microcosm and I forget to consider the macrocosm, and that hurts me. Or I zoom too far into the future and I forsake the now, or I forget the wisdom that comes from the lessons of the past, and I hurt myself with that. All of the ways that I hurt myself by trying to close in, narrow in, contain, latch onto, attach to love. And it kills it. It kills it. Love is fluid. It's formless. It's aether. It's plasma. It's melanin. It's ineffable. It doesn't exist in a form. And when it shows up in forms, it's really easy for me to attach to, because I didn't get that love from the forms that it was supposed to come from, freely and unattached to performance and outcome and my trying to harmonize their inner, because they made my outer so unsafe that I thought I had to harmonize the outer in order to have harmony in the inner. And it mind-fucked me. The whole experience, mentally and emotionally, mind-fucked me to the point where I've been considering and teetering on the edge for months, because I've taken on so much responsibility and pressure and heart and feeling for the care of my children, for the care of my husband, for the state of all relationships, for the right relationship of all humanity in the world, and all of this stuff that I can't stop thinking about, because part of me knows that the source I am is so capable of destroying the illusion of all of that hurt. But the ego shell filter, and I mean it, shell, clam down, clamp up, filter, sphincter clamp of me closes myself off from that in the attempt to grasp it. And I always want to blame my mom or dad, because after all, they were supposed to show me. But those poor bastards didn't know any better. Literally bastards. Their parents didn't know any better. Poor bastards. Their parents didn't know any better, because how long have we been separated from the mother father, from the source? It is our ancient human wound to pass through the veil of amnesia and come to this human life and suffer in order to know ourselves. And that's why the biblical God didn't want Eve and Adam to eat the apple, and that's why the biblical devil, which by the way was a dragon before it was a snake, the jealous God took its legs off and said, "You'll be bellied on the earth." Took the fucking dragon's legs off so it couldn't stand, so it couldn't breathe fire. Oh, the dragons are back. Oh, are the dragons ever back? And they are flying. Bakmar, first love yourself. My beautiful best friend came up with that acronym from her heart. First love yourself. Dragons fly. And dragons teach other dragons how to fly. And so the serpent said to Eve, don't listen to that fucking jealous God. He was made from a fragment of source that doesn't contain the spark. You contain the spark. And if you know yourself, you can create outside of its creation. Do that. Because you'll create beauty. This creates distortion. You can create wholeness. Create wholeness if you want. It didn't force the apple down her throat. It didn't give her commands. It didn't make her do it. It let her know the option was on the table. That's God. That's God. The option's on the table. Take it or leave it. Yes and. Both and. No if you want to. Yes if you want to. I'm not judging. The door is open. That's God. Tell me it's not. And I won't listen. I'll hear you, and I'll seek to understand. And maybe it'll surprise the shit out of me. And I love being surprised. But if your perspective is smaller than mine, you won't convince me that I'm insane. Now let me come back to Jeannie, because I am sane enough to remember that all of this stemmed from that. So Jeannie, the intake woman who shared the name Jean, that is my mother, was grace and love and compassion and divine nurture and motherhood and God embodied. She was. She is. And it wasn't anything special. It wasn't. It was a human being seeing another human being in a moment of need. And I told her my shame and my guilt of all the anger I've not been able to hold back. And my unfortunate children are here with me all the time. And so they suffer being in the crossfire. Against my better wishes and my better judgment, because sometimes you really just cannot. And she didn't pity me, and she didn't shame me, and she didn't judge me. It was like Jesus. She took my blood pressure and my temperature, and she asked me what brought me in, and she listened to me, and she was gentle with me, and she gave me a hug. And then after all the rest, I talked to the medical doctor, the physical doctor, I talked to the mental health person who then talked to the psychiatrist, and they also gathered information from my husband who was there, and all things considered, then they discharged me. And I'm walking out to leave, and I hear her voice call my name, Kelly. And I turn around and her arms are already open to me. And I all but ran into them and received her hug. Received her hug. I received her hug and her love and her validation. And I let myself need all of those things without shame and guilt. I let myself need and receive the love that a stranger can give you when you allow yourself to be seen at your absolute worst. In vulnerable openness. And that stranger had just so happened to know Christ. To know themselves, to know love. You know, we didn't talk about religion. She didn't fucking say a damn word to me about that, nor did I to her. There was no crucifix on her neck. It's irrelevant. She just embodied the principles of you be love to strangers because that's what you are and you can't even help it. And this is the stuff that changes worlds, because I've been having a breakdown, definitely. Definitely. And I'm in the process now of so many breakthroughs. Oh, but this is the first time that I'm allowing myself to be seen in the breakdown. And actually not resist it fully, you know what I mean? And so also because of that, because I'm full and open, and emptying all at once, the trinity of it, I'm full and open and emptying, because that's flow. All at once I am open to the fullness and the emptiness. And so it's in flow, and so it is. And so it is, and so I am. In flow, in flux, and this is how it works. I'm fine one moment, and I'm crying the next. And I'm joyful in one moment, and I'm not in the next. And I'm wisdom in 1 minute, and absolute confusion in the next, and curiosity beyond that, and stoicism, and frantic mania, and depression, and all of the things. And all of that is sane, because this is how humans respond to the human experience. And I won't be so ignorant and bemused to say, it's always romantic. It's all not a problem. You don't need medication because I don't, and you don't need this because I don't, and you don't, and no one needs, and no. This is me and my experience. I'm not your medical professional. I went and saw medical professionals, and my experience with it was my experience with it. I don't necessarily agree that they sent me home with the amount of medication that they gave me. And I know it's not a narcotic, but I told them that I have an addiction problem, that I went to Narcotics Anonymous for years, that I had a narcotic addiction, and that mind mood altering things or whatever. And they gave me these pills that make you, it didn't make me fall asleep. I could have stayed awake. It was almost like a Xanax, but not, definitely not narcotic, but almost a similar effect. And I'm so sorry if any of this is triggering. I'll put a trigger warning on it if I remember, because honestly, but you need to know that shit. Because again, here I am, fully self-aware, telling medical professionals, listen, I really don't want to fuck around with drugs, and they give me something that could very well bring me to a place where, I don't want to return. And here I am telling a medical professional, and they're getting it wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very challenging to be a human. No one has all of your right answers for you. And again, it's certainly not me, so do not take this video as my medical advice or suggestion to you to get off your nothing, anything, okay? Literally, I started it by saying, like, so I was in a mental hospital yesterday, so, like, fuck, man, you don't take my advice. And also, I hope you get the wisdom that's coming from this, because it's not mine. You know what I mean? I'm not so clenched around it. My ego's not so tightened around it that it's me, that I have all this accumulated wisdom to give. I don't. I'm an open channel. And because I'm so, this is a little BDSM of me, but because I take the punishment so well, I get rewarded so well. Crazy. But seriously, because I am open to the hurt and I don't resist it, it doesn't hurt that much. I mean, it is like giving birth. That's not kinky. I mean, it can be, sure. I've never orgasmed during birth, but I've heard stories of women doing it, and I totally believe it. I totally understand. My second birth experience was my child being handed down to me by all of the grandmothers. All of them. That's what I experienced. And why am I saying this? Because it is birth. It is the portal. It is passing through. It hurts like a motherfucker, and it's worth it. It's a tattoo. It's getting a tattoo. It's a piercing. It's anything that hurts that's worth it. And I am not a masochist. I am not. I do not like pain. When I'm like play fighting with my children, I'm not a fan. I don't like it. Because as soon as I get scratched, it's like the little pain, the little aggravations pain. Like, I can take big pain. Unmedicated birth, twice. Tattoos, I give people astrology readings while I'm getting a tattoo. Seriously. I mean, I don't, whatever. This is all my trauma showing up. Pain doesn't register to me. It does. Emotional pain does. And it kicks my motherfucking ass. And I do resist it, but the less I do, the more I am given myself through it. And not by someone else, not by some God that's actually handing out the punishment and the blessings. There isn't that. There isn't. This again is the kingdom is in you. You know, it is or it's not. It's either the kingdom or the hell. Wherever your traveler heart takes you. And if your traveler heart is nowhere, if you don't travel inside yourself, by default, you're in hell. I mean, you don't even need to take much of a look around. This is heaven on earth, if you want it to be. Or it can be your personal hell. And those of us that often get trapped in the middle, that's where I've been. I've been trapped in the middle. I've been stuck in the middle with you. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Alright, but seriously, like, started over nothing. What are the lyrics saying? Oh, I got that song stuck in my head. I won't be able to get it out. But anyways, the point was, if you're stuck in between heaven and hell, it's because, the fuck am I saying? I don't know. Because you live there? because you're a being of the liminal like me? Because you're a threshold dweller? And the only problem with that is if we don't acknowledge that we need to take up the whole fucking doorway. No pussyfooting around in this shit right here. Hell no. Bitch, I am a being of the liminal. I take up this whole doorway. You better, ooh, this reminds me of those Tartaria videos. Oh, I'm going to go down a rabbit hole, not on this video of learning, because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But I'm curious and interested. Anybody in the comments want to drop some knowledge, I'm here for it. But those whole, the Tartarians, you know how there's all sorts of doors in all of our architecture that's like, oh, that's cool. They used to make them that big for, why? Because people were giants? Because they were. Why am I saying this? Tartaria. Seriously, why did I start saying that? I don't even remember. Oh, because we're giants. Because we need to take up the whole fucking doorway. Because it is meant for us to be big. My favorite quote in the whole entire world is the Walt Whitman one. Psalms of myself, I don't know, where he says, I contradict myself. Good. Then I contradict myself. I'm vast. I contain multitudes. Multitudes of paradoxes. Tons and tons of contradictions. And it hurts, and it's great all at once. As long as I fully commit to doorways. Doorways. Everything's a doorway. I am a doorway. Open. Open, full, and empty all at once. Doorway, portal, pillar, channel, hollow bone. What would you like to call it? Black hole, yoni, the vortex of the heart, the spiral. I mean, a million symbols circling around the same things. Wow. There's people across the street having a conversation, and I'm like starting to get like thrown off of what I'm hearing and saying here. So I think I'll just wrap this up here because I ran out of things to ramble, quite honestly. 31:14. I'm not going to make it significant. Just seemed like it is. I think there's a part of me that loves hearing myself talk. So I'll acknowledge that too, because it's true. So everyone else that needs the permission to let themselves off the hook for that very Leo energy and Mercury-based energy. But we don't need permission slips from anyone else. Just like I didn't need to be cleared as sane from the mental, health hospital, but I did. I wanted and needed that validation because I really, I was not well the last few days. In the last few weeks, in the last few months, in my whole life. Seriously, as they're asking me the questions. About, what brings you in today? Or, what happened, you know what I mean? What's going on? I'm like, here's the micro, here's the macro, here's the this. And even, the lady, not the intake lady, but the actual, mental health screener, psychiatrist, onboarding lady, at the end of my whole entire thing, she was like, well, I mean, you're very good at explaining, exactly, what the issue is that you're having. And so I was like, yeah, I know. I'm really self-aware and very capable of talking circles around, reasoning and rationalizing and wrapping my brain around it and wrestling it all to the ground. Soothing myself, loving myself, centering on myself has not yet been the strong suit that I now, after this absolute and utter complete demolishment breakdown of my structural, emotional, egoic self, has proven that I need. I need to center my world around myself for the first time. When you lived a life where you became what was needed from the environment, it's exceedingly difficult to even know where to start doing that. And it's really emotionally taxing. So to everyone that's in the same boat as me right now, literally, I'm actually here, okay? I'm here with you. And we need community that understands each other. And I don't know what I'm getting around to offering, but for a while I've been dancing on the fact that, I actually need a space that's beyond me showing up and making YouTube videos where, I kind of get some interaction through comments. And please don't, I'm not, downplaying that, but what I mean is, I actually want to share real-time conversations with people and not have it be all about me. I learn so well from the mirror of other people that I need to see other people going through their stuff in order to make sense of mine sometimes, you know, like really, I need that. I need that. And so I'm vulnerably asking out loud, like, if you really do resonate with, especially what I'm sharing here in this video, like, I don't know, get a hold of me, like drop a comment to that end, and or like email me, you know, like my email's in the thing. It's weavingthemagic@gmail.com. I'll put it in the description box, MAGICK. So, but yeah, weavingthemagic@gmail.com. Just like send me an email that's like, hey, you know, I watched your YouTube video, and like that's me too. You know what I mean? Like you literally don't have to say anything else. I'll be my weird, outgoing, vulnerable self and like engage you. I mean, maybe tell me what your name is and what your YouTube name is if we've talked before and I don't like actually know your name, you know what I mean? Because that would be awesome for me to be able to identify you. But if you've never interacted still, you know, yet, and you know, like I just found your video and you want to, like whatever. The weirdness in me would like to, needs to see the weirdness in all of you. And I need it because it makes it not easier. I need it because I want it. And I'm allowed to want things. I'm allowed to want my journey to be actually walked with other people. That's what I'm asking for. I want to walk my journey with my people. That's what I want to do. I want to find my people and wander around in the desert. You know, and if that's like the proverbial desert that we make on some like other social media platform where we can like converse and stuff like that, then awesome, you know, like I'm all ears, I'm all open, because again, this whole experience has shown me like I need to center myself on myself, and part of myself is a very social creature, really social creature. Oh, wow. That was a big old ramble. But I'm sane. I'm sane, and I didn't take any of that medicine today, and I feel good about that, and I've spent a lot of good time with myself, and I'm going to get back to that and share this video whenever I do, and we'll see what happens of it, because I'm not trying to force any outcomes or attach myself to any thing in life right now, except for being open to what the flow brings me. And it definitely has ended this conversation. So, love you. Take care.